Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring Karthus. In the last video, we had successfully pushed the top lane and gotten some of the towers there, but at the same time, the enemy team had pushed our bottom lane. So we, in a sense, we traded lanes there, as I said at the end of the previous part. Now, I am dominating this game. I have 10 kills, no deaths, and 2 assists, so I've, been doing great. The problem is, this is actually still a pretty competitive game. You can see in terms of towers, we're a little bit ahead, but not too far ahead. And in terms of total kills in the top right corner, you can see it's 18 to 16. So, by no means as much of a slaughter as you might think. The good news is that I've been able to buy some more items, so I'll be a little bit stronger. Pantheon comes in and engages by charging forward. He jumps into the middle of the team, which is maybe not the smartest decision. Here, the enemy team's focusing me. I can see I'm going to die, but that's okay because the enemy team is going to have to take fire from me. They're going to stand on my Defile, and then due to Karthus' passive, I can cast spells after death. I'm going to hit them with my ultimate, and so I managed to kill the Kennen on the other team in the process. And then we were able to kill another member of their team immediately afterwards. So I think we exchanged 2 deaths for 2 deaths there. Not a great outcome, but not terrible. Now, what I've done is I have been buying, I bought an Archangel Staff. What the Archangel Staff does is that it increases your mana by quite a bit, and it will further increase your mana on each spell cast. Every time you cast a spell, it will increase your mana. So it's a great item for champions that spam spells a lot, because each time that you keep casting, you'll be able to keep increasing your maximum mana. And then furthermore, it increases ability power based on how much mana you have. So that's one of the reasons why my ability power is all the way up to 239 right now. Archangel Staff, very useful for Karthus because he's such a mana-intensive champ. Now, right now, the 3 members of our team, Kyan, Donsky, and David, are all pushing the middle lane. So while they're up there, I told them, get in a few shots on the tower and then just back off. Meanwhile, what I'll do is push the bottom lane forward because there's no one on the enemy team down here. Like right now, I can see on the minimap, there's 3 or 4 of the enemy team in the middle lane. So I know I'm relatively safe to do this. I should have headed mid a little bit sooner though, because I realized that there's a team fight breaking out and people on my team are going to need me. So I probably should have backed off sooner and headed mid. Probably a mistake on my part, because there's no, yes, it's nice to push the bottom lane, but that's not going to be too helpful if we lose out on a team fight. And as the one level 18 on our team, I'm the big damage dealer. So I get into the fight a little late, but I get in here, and once again, I'm going to go for this Kennen, who is standing around in my Defile, and once again, Amumu's doing the same thing. He's just standing in my Defile. Once Karthus gets his ability power up, he starts doing a lot of damage to anyone who sticks around in that Defile. So if Karthus is dominating, don't stand in his little green aura. You'll take a lot of damage. You can see our top lane's being pushed, so I think Kyan said he's going to go up there and take care of it. We're able to get down another tower mid, and my mouse wigs out again, as kept happening throughout this game. So that's going to cost us. It means we're probably not going to get Garen, except that, oh wait, I have my ultimate, so yeah, we are going to be able to get Garen. But meanwhile, Jax comes out of the jungle, and he runs right by me for no apparent reason, even though I'm the one clearly killing everyone on their team, and they should be focusing me over anyone else. But yeah, Jax just runs right by me, and so I'm able to kill him very easily as well. Now, we can't push on into their base right now, in part because I'm getting close to out of mana. Instead, I assume that they're going to back off, but instead their Ashe continues chasing, and their Ashe is able to kill David, but by doing that, that means their Ashe is doomed, and so I'm going to kill her. A very aggressive chase by Ashe. Yes, she was able to get a kill, but I'm not entirely sure it was worth it there to pursue and die just to get a kill. But anyway, like you can see on the bar, I'm almost out of mana, so I'm going to head back and recharge that, and I have 2,600 gold, which means that I can go ahead and buy another item. And that means it's time for me to buy Zanya's, which is an outstanding item for Karthus. Zanya's gives the most ability power in the game. It gives 120 ability power, and then also has a passive ability whereby 25% of your it will increase your ability power by 25%. So in one jump, I went from about 260 up to 415. You can see that on the interface at the bottom left-hand corner. Ability power is the second thing in the bottom corner. So I'm up to 415 ability power, and that's very good. That means that my spells are going to do a ton of damage. Now the enemy team's Amumu is engaging one-on-one there for no real reason again. He's going to die. It's not a fight he can win by himself. He's just sort of by himself attacking our team, and Pantheon is going to happily oblige and kill him. In the meantime, I'm going to take the blue buff, the golem buff once again, and then head back over here where a team fight seems to be breaking out at mid. So once again, their enemy team is running around. I'm going to drop my wall of pain right in the middle, and then I'm going to come in and attack these guys. You can see that they're coming towards me, but once again, they're not focusing me for whatever reason. We're outnumbered here 4-2, which makes this a difficult fight, but we do have the tower on our side, so the smart thing to do is just to stick back by the tower, stay safe, let them come to us. And Kyan is engaging from the other side. Didn't know he was there. So this is a pretty decent fight for us. Kyan is able to kill their Jax on the other team. And I pop off my Requiem because I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to kill them. And as it turns out, yeah, I am able to kill the other team's Kennen. Wow, having that additional ability power makes a big difference. It means my Requiem's probably doing 800 or 900 damage right now. And I realize that I still have Defile turned on, which is a waste of mana. So I turn it off, but in doing so, that means I have to restart my recall back to base. So that was a waste of time there and a mistake on my part. Alright, I'm going to go back to buy, and the next item I want to buy towards is, well, I don't see anything immediately available. So I'm going to come forward here and help clear the bottom lane. Or I thought I was going to do that, then I saw mid, and I was like, oh wait, Amumu is just out there by himself, so let's kill Amumu. I'm teleporting in, and he doesn't back off. So Amumu's dead. He's got no chance to get out of this. And you can just see how much damage my Defile is doing every second. You can see his life bar going down. Yeah, Karthus with his ability power does a lot of damage there. Alright. Where are we going next? Oh, we decided let's go top lane because our minions are pushing forward there, and we can see that Ashe is exposed. Now, if you look on the minimap, you can see how Ashe is pushed forward, and again, Ashe just has no prayer here. I mean, she's doomed. There's nothing she can do. She's gonna die. This is why you want to be careful about going too far forward. Now, Ashe actually wasn't all that far forward, but nonetheless, their team couldn't see any of us on the minimap, so that's usually a cue. I'm going to pop off my Ghost skill and run towards Ashe. And you can see she's standing in my Defile, and that combined with a Lay Waste will kill her. So, you know, Ashe just didn't have a chance up against our team. Now we see what's going on here. Oh, well, we can push in towards the middle lane. Or that's the plan anyway. But out comes Jax and out comes Garen, and that's bad for me because it's 2-on-1 here. And Garen can silence me, which means I can't use my abilities, and so he's able to kill me there. Just a bad situation. 2 versus 1, and then David was coming in a little bit late. As soon as I was about to die, David, you probably should have just gotten out of there. You know, don't worry about me, can't do anything. So, just a bad turn, 2 versus 1. I mean, Karthus is a very squishy champion. I have virtually no armor in this game. I think I only have like 20 armor or something, which is very low. So, not all that much I can do if I get focused by the other team, which they have not been doing, mistakenly. So David apologizes, but, you know, not a big deal, David. We just got caught in a bad position, and that's going to happen. Meanwhile, Kyan is off on the other side of the map. So Kyan, again, this is why it's risky to be off on the other side of the map by yourself. The other team's going to see you, they're going to focus you, and you're going to die. And there's not much you can do about it. So Kyan gets killed as well. Donsky is in a similar position. He's going forward by himself, and I'm going to type to the team, let's try to stick together. The problem here is that we were all heading off by ourselves, and so what's Pantheon doing? He jumps into the other team by himself, and of course that's going to kill him. I have no idea why Pantheon did that. He just jumped into the other team. So I say, let's try to stick together. Too many of us getting picked off 1 versus 3. And that's really the case. Once you get to this point in time, you know, maybe half hour or more into the game, a bunch of towers have gone down. That means the map has opened up a lot. People aren't limited by the towers. People can roam pretty freely around the map. You don't want to go off by yourself. I mean, that's an invitation just to get picked off and killed. So this is indeed more the team fight phase of the game. So we need to stick together more. I mean, granted, I'm 17-2-7, so I'm having a great game. But if I fight the other team 3-on-1, yeah, I'm gonna die. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. If anything, I'm a little bit less dominant now because a lot of other people are getting close to level 18 as well. Although I do have a lot of ability power, admittedly. So this looks much better. You can see there's 4 of us here. Everybody except Pantheon is together in mid, so that's a good sign. And let's see, looking at the lanes right now, we're relatively safe in terms of how the lanes go. I tell the other, I don't see the other team, so my immediate thought is, uh-oh, they might be going for Baron Nashor up here. So I tell everybody, let's check to see if they're up here. We should have a ward here for vision, but unfortunately we don't. As it turns out, they're not going for Baron, and if we're all here, it's like, well, you know, let's try to go for it ourselves. So we're gonna make the Baron attempt. I tell Kyan, who has his, he says he has his Tibbers ready, to hold on to Tibbers in case the other team comes up and tries to attack us. Once again, my mouse goes off. So yeah, we are all focusing on the Baron. Now the other team, as soon as we all disappeared, they should have thought, okay, the other team disappeared, they're probably heading for Baron, we need to go check that. But they don't. They choose not to check the Baron. Instead, they decide to push our middle lane, which isn't a terrible play, because they did manage to get our tower, but now we can engage in a team fight, and we have the Baron buff, which I'll talk more about in a second after this team fight. Pantheon jumps in and actually has pretty good placement there, so well done, Pantheon. I'm being focused, but I'm actually going to pop off my Zanyas right there, you can see. And what that does is it actually means that I'm invulnerable to damage for 2 seconds. That means that I'm able to survive this fight instead of getting killed. So I managed to get out of there, and I'm going to pop off my ultimate. And is that going to kill anyone? Oh, not quite. Almost. Didn't manage to get a kill there. But Garen's going to limp away with a little health left. And the other team is heavily damaged. So I'm going to go back to base now. I'm going to first sell my Doran's Ring, and that allows me to buy an Abyssal Scepter. It increases ability power, and it also decreases the magic resistance of champions nearby. I tell the team I'm going to go clear. The bottom lane, and then I'm going to head for the top lane because they're so pushed up. And wow, that is a lot of gold I'm getting there. So now I see that the top lane's being pushed, so I'm going to head up there. And meanwhile, I tell the other team, you know, just push on mid and get as far as you can. Now, Kyan makes a mistake here. Kyan should be with the other team, pushing on their tower and then pushing on their inhibitor. Instead, Kyan's going to go steal their Golem buff. And granted, yes, it's good to go steal the other team's jungle. That's a good play. But this is not the time and place to do that. Kyan, if you were with the rest of our guys mid, we might have been able to push on and get their inhibitor. Instead, we're only able to get their tower, so that was a mistake. This was not the time and place to go steal their jungle, unfortunately. So just for your own reference, if everybody's pushing mid, or most of the team's pushing mid, then do that. Push mid, get as far as you can, and then once you've gotten as far as you can get, then it's the time to back off. Anyway, we're up to the end of this video, so thanks for watching, and check back for part 4.